Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by Scott Robson to commemorate the 10-year testimonial. Scott, welcome aboard. Looking forward to having a chat with you. And obviously you joined the Phantoms in 2014-15, a memorable year. Obviously you'd been, previously with Hull and amongst other clubs.
Yeah.
For the Phantoms, I was just looking at some stats, over 400 league games, plenty more in cups and playoffs. GB under 18, gold medal at under 20s.
Yeah.
So lots of memories, six trophies with the Phantoms in that time. And before we start, a big congratulations from the Phantoms organisation on the birth of Riley.
Perfect, thank you.
I hope things are going well.
Yeah, chaos, but I'm not going to complain.
Let's get into it. Partly for viewers who are watching in, we've got a game in an hour, so we need to get ready. But thinking back to 2014, what were the factors that brought you to Peterborough?
It was quite surreal, really. Like, I remember Slava gave me a call. I was with Blackburn and Hull, like on a two-way at the time. Slava gave me a call and was like, would I be interested in coming to Peterborough next year? And it was just like, this is what I want to do. It's like the next step in my development at the time, and I thought it was like a no-brainer. I think I said yes to him straight on the phone before I even really spoke to anyone else. But yeah, that's how it like got to Peterborough. It's one of those where I'm really glad I did it. Looking back, it's a long time ago now, but it's something that set me up for life in a way.
We've talked before and kind of maybe recognised that the Phantoms have been relatively successful in your time here. I'm sure the two things are related, but you've contributed to these six trophies. There's been other kind of near misses both in league and cups. Lots of memories as a Phantom.
Yeah, like some unbelievable memories. Celebrated with some great people on and off the ice. I'm kind of lucky to be part of it, really. Like, I've come to know a lot of people behind the scenes, like you guys yourselves, and Peterborough is such a family team, and I'm just kind of proud that I've got to do it with a lot of the guys on the team from over the years, and it's a lot of friendships made, and like they're going to be friends for life, sort of thing.
When you go back and you think about 2014 when you signed up, did you know any of the locker room before you came? There's one or two perhaps you'd known for a long while?
No, actually I didn't know anybody. I think the only names I recognised were World Snorts and Luke, just from like conferences, watching the older teams play. But yeah, I didn't know anyone. Obviously I knew Slava a little bit. But yeah, I didn't know anyone, so I was really nervous. Obviously I was a kid. I didn't know anything about the rink, didn't know anything about the team really, like, so it was a surprise. The only thing I really knew was about the changing room was really nice. That's the only thing I knew. But no, like, didn't know anybody. It was scary, but like I said before, I'm really glad I came.
And in that first season, I think that's the season when you got the GB under 20 gold.
Yeah.
And the Phantoms 2014-15 playoff victory.
Yeah.
I've got in my mind a little skip at the back post when you put the puck in the net.
Yeah,
do you want to talk us through that the memories of the semi-final against Telford, memories of the final against Manchester?
Yeah, like it was like that was my first weekend in Coventry. It was an unbelievable weekend. I remember the game against Telford was so bigged up by fans, social media. Like that was like the final almost, and I think the atmosphere was surreal. Like the whole building was chanting for the Phantoms, and I think what they went on, they kind of built a team to kind of run over everybody in their way, and I think we did an unbelievable job stopping them in that game. I remember it was hard to come and get a copy of that game because of what went on, and I know a few of us managed to get it and watch it, and it was unbelievable. And obviously the Sunday, the final against Manchester, it was unreal. Like I said, I scored. I think it was Tony Hand's last game. Like there were so many things in it, and it was my first big trophy. Yeah, it was just unbelievable. Like no words can really describe it. I was just a kid, and yeah, it's just unbelievable.
And we've made the playoffs in, I think it's 8 in 9 seasons. Obviously, this is season 10.
Yeah.
It's pretty successful for a mid-budget club. What do you reckon has been the secret to the success over the last 10 years?
I think the core. I think Slava brings in guys who fit in well with the core, and I think as a whole we're all good people, and I think that goes a long way. We're all do it for each other, and there's a good buy-in in the group, and Slava recruits these guys to fit in, and I think there's a lot of high standards in the culture we've set over the years. that's probably what it's down to, and the reason why we've been so successful, I think, is because of the room and the culture that we've set.
Do you think that culture is replicated anywhere else, or do you think from what you've seen, you've been around the league for long enough, is it unique to Peterborough?
It's hard to say. Like, you can see teams maybe have a good couple of years and then they drop off, or they change the team completely, sort of thing. And I think for us, we've kind of kept the same amount of guys over the years. Like, I remember the years where there's no changes, one changes. I think this year we probably had a lot more than usual. But I think as a whole, like, the culture we have and how we've done it over the years is pretty remarkable.
And we've talked about 2015 as a Phantom and mentioned other trophies. Last year, well, the year before last, cup victory against Leeds, one of the big guns. Last year, obviously we were in the playoffs again, and I you know, you've seen it all. So what was the comparison? How did it feel winning it in 2024 compared to winning it in 2015?
I think you look at them both, they're probably quite similar in the way you've got to beat a big team to win it. And I think there's a lot of similarities. I think Marzi played unbelievable like Coventry last year, and the same as Yanis, the Coventry 10 years ago. I think goaltending was a massive part of it, and it gives you that backbone to be successful. And I think looking back on it, you got like Wells retiring last year. It was a big moment for him, and I'm a lot older now, so like my perspective of the Coventry game last year was like, am I going to come back here? Am I going to play in this atmosphere again? So I took it all in, sort of thing. Whereas when I was younger, you're kind of fearless in a way, and you just go at everything head on. And I think you can't really compare them. They're really different. But inevitably, it was an unbelievable time. And like I said before, celebrating with your friends, your family, it's all the same, and it's just unbelievable what we've managed to achieve.
As a D-man, and when we do our commentaries, we sometimes refer to the fact that you like pushing forward.
Yeah.
Not too many goals in all that time, despite the fact you push forward. Would you say your game's changed over the years?
Yeah, like I think when I was younger, I probably did go forward a lot more, and I wouldn't say it was new, but it wasn't a big thing as what it is now with defensemen jumping in. And my shot's never been great. I probably struggled to get it off the ice a lot of the times, but I think over the years, like, I progressed and tried to take more pride defensively and shut down top players in other teams and have a bigger role on the PK sort of thing. And I have a lot of pride in that, and I think that's important for me as well. And I think over the years, like I'm on the ice probably the same amount of time, that sort of thing, but my roles changed from offensively to more defensively. And you got players like Brad, who like is unbelievable when I watch him play, and like the way he can make plays as a defenseman. And you got Norts, who's maybe more your typical D-man, who with a big shot from the blue scores a lot of big goals. Like, they're just guys who I'm just so glad for that they're playing so well, and they've managed to do it for quite a long time. Yeah,
well, let's not get away from the fact that we're talking about your testimonial and the contribution that you've made. I'm sure Norts has had his chance for that, and Brad will, I'm sure, as well. A couple of quick questions, because I'm conscious time is going to run out.
Yeah.
Of all the players you played, so quick fire answers.
Okay.
Players you've played with who've stood out, and I'm going to give you positions, and you're going to give me some names. Okay. And the ones that you've looked on the ice, you've looked in the room, and gone, these guys are class. These are. So we'll start with goal. In goal,
Yanis. I think Yanni was unbelievable. Like, I remember he would bail out 2-on-1s, 2-on-0s, breakaways, and that was a consistent thing for him. And he was just unbelievable, like sick.
Unpredictable.
He had a hot head for sure.
First game away in Basingstoke.
That was insane, because I was like, oh my god, what is this? I remember being in the room sat next to Milan, and Milan was thinking the exact same I was thinking, and I was just like, yeah, this is going to be a wild year.
This is going to be a great year, is what you thought. Forwards,
Paddy for sure. Paddy played with me for a long time, and he could always score from almost any angle, and is such a great person as well. And I think you look at Brits like Glennie, Jimmy, Luke, like they're all different and they're all like unbelievable players, and like I said before, I'm kind of lucky I've managed to play so many years with them.
And last position, D.
I go Norts. Like there's not been that many games where me and Norts have actually played together for whatever reason, but Norts has obviously been here a long time and we've grown up together in a way, and yeah, unreal.
Proudest moment?
On the ice, like GB20's gold medal, that was my first big thing I won, and I got to celebrate with that with Carl and Glennie on the team, and that was really big for me and a trajectory for my career. I thought it could go further, but I'd say the playoff wins, I'd put them both like next to each other in a way.
Funniest or embarrassing moments?
I remember when I was a kid in Elite League with a cage on, I think I fell over and my helmet slid across the ice. I think we was in Nottingham at the time, and yeah, that was pretty embarrassing.
Favourite rink?
I'd say Hull. Hull's good ice, big ice, and obviously I grew up in Hull, so I was kind of used to it.
It's nearly the right answer.
Yeah, like Peterborough, like there's some times where it's unbelievable because the bounces can go your way, but there's also some times where it's not the great.
Toughest opponents?
Milton Keynes, I'd say. I wouldn't say the toughest, but maybe the most enjoyable team to play against for obvious reasons.
Right. To finish up, season we're sitting 6th.
Yeah.
League's gone, cup's gone. Where are we going this year?
I think there's plenty of time left to build momentum. I think momentum's the biggest thing, and I think Slava's proven that over the years, that as long as we can get going, and I think more consistent results, I think that's most important at this moment in time. And then Slava has his ways, I'm sure he'll have his pushing tyres, that sort of thing soon, and we're going to be ready to come playoffs.
Let's hope we are. A repeat, you know,
yeah, fingers crossed.
We're unreal. And now to finish, we're obviously here having this chat because of the testimonial. Do you want to talk us through what you've got lined up?
Yeah, like it's been kind of surreal organising it. I didn't really, when I first started here, I didn't really think this would have happened. But yeah, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to kind of organise and run a testimonial, and it's kind of nice I've had help from Worlds and Noughts about theirs and Jimmy's, and it's really been fun to organise. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, like social media wise and stuff, the stuff that I have no idea about, which I'm learning every day about. But no, it's been super exciting, and really thankful from all the support from all the fans. Like I think without the fans there's no testimonial sort of thing, and it's been a lot of fun, and there's going to be a lot of old names coming back, and trying to get everyone to all commit to one day, one weekend, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of old faces, old names, and hopefully it should be a good show.
So we've got a game lined up. We've got lots of events that have been publicised on social media. So keep your eye on the socials. Some merchandise.
Yeah, merchandise. I think we're sat just opposite the shop, club shop. We've got all sorts going on, and I think we've got a golf day organised the day before the testimonial as well.
Awesome. And just finally, I'd like to thank you for your service, the work that you've done, and possibly, you know, we talk at awards nights as D-Man of the Year, an unsung hero, but you know, you've played hundreds and hundreds of games, loads of trophies, and contributed to this unprecedented period in Peterborough hockey history. So, you know, from a fan's point of view and the media team, the organisation, we want to thank you. Thank you. Let's do something else for the remainder of the year. Yeah. To finish up, a message for the fans from you.
Thank you for all your support. I think over the years you've been unbelievable, and the building gets so loud, and it's unbelievable being part of this team. And I think the family that I have now is all kind of started with you guys behind the scenes, and I think I'm just so grateful for my time in Peterborough.
Thanks very much, Scott.
No worries. Thank you.